With Marvel's multiverse opening up, hopefully sooner rather than later, who could be responsible for the collision of worlds we will be seeing in the MCU? Since it wasn't Wanda in WandaVision, even though it did tease that she is a Nexus being, recent rumors are stating that the villain for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness has been revealed and is a possible cause for the multiverse opening up. And that villain is a Lovecraftian monster known as Shuma-Gorath. But who is this old one who comes from his own dimension wielding chaos magic, and what will his inclusion to the MCU mean? One of the most interesting things about Shuma-Gorath in the comics is that there appears to be only one of him in all of the multiverse. He exists in a way outside of the many universes that make up Marvel, and has visited quite a few of them in attempts to conquer each of these realities. Shuma-Gorath himself claims he is the first being ever, saying, "Before all was, I was. Before time was, I waited. I fed on the screaming souls of the universes. I drank the spoiled milk of dead stars. I am the emptiness outside all understanding. I am Shuma-Gorath." This is his account of his own existence, but may very well be true in terms of the multiverse. While much of his main focus has been on Earth 616 over the many years, mostly for story and writing purposes, this same being exists outside of the multiverse in his own dimension, the Chaos Dimension. He is also known to be the ruler of hundreds of dimensions, showing his power and conquests have existed for millennia prior to coming to Earth millions of years ago to feed on humanity's ancestors. But although Shuma-Gorath is an all-powerful Great Old One, he was eventually banished from Earth by a time-traveling sorcerer known as Sisoneg. But about 21,000 years later, Shuma-Gorath returned to set up his torturous rule, only to be trapped in Mount Crom by a god of the same name. Crom used an iron-bound book to bind Shuma-Gorath to the mountain, and this book became the way to both trap him as well as release him, but also helped him gain a following over the years, leading to cults and sorcerers trying to use them to release him, as well as being manipulated by his telepathic powers. During the modern age in Marvel, Shuma-Gorath became a primary villain of both Doctor Strange and the Ancient One. During their first encounter, he taunted Doctor Strange, promising that he would eventually return to conquer Earth. And eventually he was able to when Doctor Strange destroyed most of the talismans to keep them from the alien sorcerer Urthona. The destruction of these talismans led to the weakening of dimensional barriers, eventually allowing Shuma-Gorath to break from Mount Crom and return to Earth. In Doctor Strange and Shuma-Gorath's battle to keep Shuma from conquering Earth, Doctor Strange embraced dark magic and accumulated enough power to both match Shuma-Gorath's size and fight him while simultaneously draining his power. But since it turned out all that Shuma-Gorath is power, he told Strange that to defeat him, Strange would have to become him. And Doctor Strange decided that that would be the only way. So, Strange drained enough of Shuma-Gorath's power and merged with him, but also keeping control over himself, using one of Shuma-Gorath's tentacles to impale himself, destroying the demon god and sending Strange's spirit back to Earth, burning off the corruption left by Shuma-Gorath. But it is nearly impossible to destroy an old one, so Shuma-Gorath, over time, reformed, but found that he was unable to return to the Earth realm. Shuma-Gorath comes back and is defeated many times, and as stated previously, attempts to invade other universes as well. So, for the Multiverse of Madness, it seems that Shuma-Gorath would be the perfect villain for Doctor Strange's outing into the multiverse. It'd be interesting too if it is the same Shuma-Gorath from the comics, especially because there is a rumor that Doctor Strange is going to make a stop on Earth 616 from the comics, and Shuma-Gorath would be an interesting way to bridge the whole of the multiverse together. Another reason he'd be a good choice is because chaos magic has been introduced, and that is what gives him his power. And since the MCU has a tendency to change stories, origins, and roles often in the MCU, he could even take the place of Chthon, especially because the new Necronomicon looks to be made out of metal. So this large, one-eyed tentacle monster from an unknown dimension could really be a problem for Doctor Strange, and may even have a significant upper hand if he's faced many different versions of Doctor Strange across the multiverse. But on top of Shuma-Gorath, we also know he will probably have to face off against Baron Mordo as well, but also may have to either help or fight Wanda. Do you think Shuma-Gorath will be the villain of Doctor Strange, and do you think that he will be the way that the whole multiverse comes together? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and then like this video and subscribe to the Marvelous Wave to assemble and join our team, and have a great day.